Just trying to start on my row, that's all.
And in doing so, how nice is it when it's organically finding you as the team needs you most, as you guys basically spent the entire game trying to climb uphill?
The season's long. You're going to need different people at different times, so I'm just glad we got the win.
When you look at a game like this, where it is so tough to score, I mean, do you sort of feel that there also, that points are just at a premium, that it's really hard in a game like this with the turnovers and with their very good league-leading defense?
So they're a great defensive team, so it's tough for anybody to score. So I'm just glad
What's it like out there, though? I mean, do you sort of feel like I got to step up, or any look I've got to take when I'm open, like we've just got to find a way to manufacture?
I think any game you got to just make the right shots, try to make good basketball plays on both sides of the ball.
And what do you just think about the team's grit? You come into a building where you lost by 25 points 5 nights earlier, and to bounce back the way you did. What does that say about this group of guys?
We got enough in the room to do something special. That's all it says.
Obviously, the gratification level has to go through the roof when you go back to Saturday night and how that went down, and you all be able to present the photo negative right back to them.
Yeah, I mean, great overall team win. We knew we had to give them one back. We came in with a great mentality. Didn't start great, but we knew we kept grinding. We finished this thing out.
Of course, Spo would not allow the gravitation to go to the points column for you, but to all the other stuff and the amount of steals, the deflections, just having that type of game for you meant what to you tonight?
Meant a lot, man. It's something that I've been working on a lot, as far as the little things, being just try to be the best defender I can be on the ball, off the ball, doing all the little things to help our team win games. That's really been my focus, just to keep getting back to that and, doing the little things to help our team win.
What's the mentality you guys embody when you have to climb uphill all night long after that 14-0 start?
Just staying with it, man. Staying connected as a team, reiterating that, we're not that far away. Like, this is something that we're going to have to break through. As a team, we knew we had some moments in the past where, we could have break through and won some games, but, tonight we all came together and made it happen.
The threes obviously haven't been going in for the last few weeks, but how much have coaches and teammates been on to keep shooting it, and how good does it feel to hit a few the last few games?
It feels good to hit a few. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, coaches and teammates, they never told me to stop shooting. They always tell me let it fly. That just gives me confidence. It's something that I work on every single day, tremendously with myself and my coaches. So when they're not going in, it's tough. But to see a couple fall, it ends up feeling like the ocean. So. It's been great, just trusting in the work and just continuing to trust that process.
Tyler, first of all, your options on that shot. Kind of walk us through what's available to you and then what you decide.
Just getting the ball to the top and letting me work. That was the play. Spo drew up a great play to free me up, get me in motion a little bit to where I was on the run, and then kind of just went and made my own play.
In a basketball life, someone of your caliber, you're going to have a bunch of those options in life and basketball, and not all of them go in. So how nice is it when it does?
No, it feels good. You miss some, you make some. You just try to take the right shot, and then the ones that don't go in, you try to learn from. So just continuing to try to get better and learn from makes and misses. And my teammates, coaches put me in that position at the end to make a good shot to put us over the top.
How gratifying is it at a game that is kind of stuck in the mud, like you all like it sometimes, and all this defense, deflections and steals, and it comes down to you all having to climb a hill all night to get the victory?
We had contributions from everyone. Everyone stepped up. Alec Burks, obviously. Huge spark off the bench in that fourth quarter. Terry came to play. Nico, obviously Kaleo, Jaime. So everyone that got in really made an impact when they had their moments. And it's all about just continuing to fight throughout a full 48 minutes. It's never going to be perfect, but getting the win is all that matters.
You guys leaned on the zone a lot there in the second half. How do you feel like it impacted them down the stretch?
Both defenses, our man and our zone, have the capability of being really, really disruptive and really effective. It's just about us paying attention to the game plan, the details, and just following it out.
Last game, you had the 25-point lead. This time, they had the 70-point lead. How nice was it to show that, hey, we got some grit and some determination here. We can do this also in this building?
It felt good just to get the win. We felt sick to our stomachs after that last game. Really giving up that lead. So just coming back in this building not even a week later and getting a win is very gratifying.
Can you take us through the last two plays? Not only Tyler, but then also defending a play at the end, sort of like the Detroit game also. Just sort of take us through those two actions. Did you get exactly what you want? How did it play out?
Yeah, we got the ball to Tyler, which is not a foregone conclusion, against this team, or I should say the way this game was going. This was a total throwback '90s game for both sides. It felt like both teams had 25 plus turnovers, but you want to see two teams competing hard. This was one of those games. Nobody was giving any inch of ground, defensively. So we were able to get him the ball, get him a little bit of space, and then he was able to take it, to a spot and elevate. And, he made 3 big shots, and going down the stretch after, struggling a little bit. That just shows you how mentally tough he is. They really game planned, to try to, wear on him and get him out of his normal comfort stuff. You have to give them credit for that. But the shot making, those 3 big shots were important. And then, we were able to get enough key stops. Even the stop with the tip in, it was a great stop. Thought we had the rebound, then it popped up. I thought it was going to come off on the other side, and then I saw it. I was shocked when it went in. It was just one of those nights. It felt like we were playing the entire night, 15 down. I don't know if it was our best win this year, but it was definitely our toughest win this season. We showed, the most grit, collective grit, the most mental toughness, tonight to be able to find a way to win.
It kind of seemed fitting that after the way Saturday ended, and then you get down 14-0 tonight, that it's just another weird.
Yeah.
Don't get I guess the moral don't get a big lead.
No, that's why you have to develop grit. You have to develop mental toughness, and it has to be collective toughness. Whether you're not discouraged, where you're on each other, like holding each other accountable, setting a standard for how we want to play, and when it's not good enough, finding a way to meet that standard. Whether it's kind or not kind. And it was frustrating, throughout the majority of the game. And, hopefully that's a lesson, not only for the young guys, but our team in general, that really the ultimate deal is just to find a way to win. And sometimes that gets lost, in this league with all the scoring and all the stats and all that stuff. It's really about finding a way to get the W.
I know it's not about the scheme, but how do you feel like the zone affected down the stretch?
This was by any means necessary. It was whatever. Like, it could have been our man, it could have been zone. We had to get stops. It's never the scheme. It's whatever gets us in the mentality to do tough things. I'm game for it. Whatever you want to do. We want to go 5. We want to go zone. Like, I don't care. Do tough things. Do things that are going to win basketball games. Particularly on the defensive end. And we had the steals, we had the deflections, we had the tough plays, we had some blockouts. It happened to be in our zone, but some nights we're getting torched in the zone, and we have to go to, our man is the one that does it. But, the fortitude is something that I was encouraged to see.
Jaime's play, it's been an uneven season, but, 5 steals, making the threes, which I know was so important for him to see the ball go through. Your thoughts on his performance?
Yeah, it's not about, the threes necessarily. The reason we drafted him and the reason he's had success over the course of his college career and last year is he does winning things. And sometimes that can get clouded. It's normal in this league. Everybody has narratives and expectations, and, it's the last line in that box score. Unfortunately, he's at his best when he's filling up a lot of the things in the box score or not in the box score. And he just did a lot of winning things tonight. And I think the steals, deflections, the momentum plays, I think fueled his offense and just gave him a lot of confidence on that other end. And, He's a big-time X factor for us. He's putting together a healthy stretch for us right now, so I think that's probably been the biggest key more than anything else. It's just getting healthy, getting in rhythm. The more games he plays, usually the better he plays.
And then another name, what Alex did for you.
Yeah, big
Professional
time.
scorer there. Obviously, that's what he does.
Big time. When you're facing a defense like this, where they were so keyed in on Tyler, we needed other options. So that's why Jaime's, shot making was important. Terry, at certain points in that second half, was really important. And Alec is used to that role, where you can run actions, to him, and he knows what to do, and he doesn't get sick at sea, as we like to say. He's just a really smart, heady, veteran, poised player, and he knows how to put the ball in the basket, but he also does a lot of right things, defensively, and it's really just paying attention. That's a skill. Paying attention. Doing the job that's you're asked to do. That a lot of people really struggle with that.
Tyler, there have probably been times in his first 5 or 6 years that in that situation he would have pulled up, taken a three, not taking the play that was there for him. Is this just another sign of growth and maturity?
I'm not totally sure on that, Tim, because I remember whatever it was 2 years ago. OKC, he got to that spot. He's had other times where he's gotten to the spot, but I think it was the 3 buckets going down the stretch. I was encouraged to see that after having 6 turnovers. You could clearly see he wasn't in his normal rhythm that he's been in other games. And then I put him back under the 6-minute, time in the fourth. So he'd been sitting for a while. To have that kind of, confidence and poise to step up and, basically at that point, the last 3 minutes, we were running every action, through him. But that, he has the guts. He is a 3-level scorer, so I think that's the skill at that time. Like, you can get anything. You can go to the rim if that's what's needed. You can pull up there, or if they're sagging off, he could pull up from 3, or play make. He might have had a chance for 1 pass, and that's part of why he's a great offensive player. All right, thank you.